Good evening all, my name is Murray Stevenson, I'm the brand ambassador with Lindores Abbey Distillery. Tonight I'd just like to take a wee opportunity to raise a wee dram and toast the life of Scotland's bard, Rabbie Burns, and share with you some of the fantastic words that he left the world. Although he died over 200 years ago, Burns's poems and songs and stories have lived on through the centuries and are still loved the world over, and are woven deeply into the fabric of Scotland's culture and identity. Phrases like "nae man can tether time nor tide" and "the best laid schemes of mice and men," they're still used and still as poignant in today's society as they were then, and we find ourselves using them in everyday conversation. Not to mention songs like "Auld Lang Syne" is used to sort of bring in the new year from Scotland to New Zealand and every country in between. So we're really blessed to have his words come from Scotland. My favourite Burns poem is the epic masterpiece tale of Tam and Shanter. Often the real highlight of any Burns supper. But it's a bit too long, a bit lengthy for me to share the full feature with you tonight. So I'm hoping that these few wee snippets, along with a little explanation of what's going on, is enough to really whet your appetite to read or listen to or recite the poem yourself this Burns night. So the tale revolves around Tam, main character Tam and Shanter. He's just an average guy from Ayr, and like many others, he'd fallen into a bad routine of going to the pub every night and drinking away any profits he'd been fortunate enough to make that day trading at the market. He's leaving his wife Kate at home, who's sitting there furious, and rightfully so, and sitting there waiting for a battle to commence as soon as he comes through the door. So when Chipman and Billies leave the street, and Ruthie and neighbours meet, as market days are wearing late, and folk begin to tack the gate, while we sit boozing at the nappy and getting fou and unca happy, we think the Anne the Lang Scott smiles, the Mussey's waters, slaps and styles that lie between us and our hame, where sits our sulky, sullen dame, gathering her brows like gathering storms and nursing her wrath to keep it warm. This truth fund honest Tam o' Shanter, is he frae Ayr and night did canter, or dairn and where a town surpasses for honest men and bonny lasses. Tam's night starts off in the usual format. He's getting blind drunk with his best pal suitor Johnny, he's flirting with the landlady, and carries on as normal. Once he's spent all of his money and drank his fill, he has no other option but to saddle up on his horse Meg and make for the journey home. Tonight is a wild, stormy night, but he's too steaming to notice, but he's also oblivious to the terrors that are about to unfold on his way home. "Nae man can tether time nor tide, that hour approaches, Tam maun ride, that hour o' night's black arch the keystane, that dreary hour Tam mounts his beastin', and sick a nicht he tacks the road in, as nae poor sinner was abroad in. The winds blew as 'twad blawn its last, the rattling showers rose on the blast, the speedy gleams the darkness swallowed, loud, deep and lang the thunders bellowed. At night a child might understand, the deil had business on his hand. Well, mounted on his grey mare Meg, he better never lifted leg. Tam skelpit on through dub and mire, despising wind and rain and fire, whilst holding fast his good blue bonnet, whilst crooning some old Scots sonnet, whilst glowering round with prudent cares, lest bogles catch him unawares. Kirkalloway was drawing nigh, where ghasts and hoolits nightly cry. So venturing home through the woods, Tam passes the old, abandoned and haunted church of Kirkalloway. Drawn in by firelight and the sound of music, and a wee bit Dutch courage, he, against his better judgment, goes and peeks through the window to investigate what's going on. Inspiring bold John Barleycorn, what dangers thou canst smack a scorn, with Tipmany, we fear nae evil, with Ushkabe, we'll face the devil. So Tam's amazed at what he finds here. He finds a group of witches dancing Scottish jigs and reels to the sound of the devil playing the bagpipes in the corner. It's coffins and bodies around holding torches up. It's an incredibly haunting scene. And amidst all the old and ragged witches that are there, there's one real stunner. There's one wee beautiful young witch called Nanny, and she's skimpily dressed in her little cutty-sark, her little dress outfit that she wore when she was a child. And it catches Tam's eye, and against his better judgment again, he roars out in admiration. "Weel done, cutty-sark!" And in an instant, all was dark. So the witches, they give chase now to Tam, and there's an epic race now happening to cross the keystone of a stone bridge just up ahead. See, witches can't cross running water, so the life of horse Meg and Tam is in the balance now of making it to the running water. And just before Meg, the horse, leaps over the water, Nanny, the young witch, catches her by the tail. So, Tam, thou'll get thy faring. In hell they'll roast thee like a herring. In vain thy Kate awaits thy coming. Kate soon will be a woeful woman. Now do thy speedy utmost, Meg, and win the keystone o' the brig. Thereat I know thy tail may toss. A running stream they dare nae cross, but there the keystone she could make, the fin to tail she had to shake for Nanny, far before the rest. Hard upon noble Maggie pressed, and she flew at Tam with furious ettle. But little wist she Maggie's mettle, a spring broke off her master hail, but left behind her ain grey tail. The carlin clocked her by the rump, and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Burns finishes the poem here with a wee bit of words of wisdom. He says, "Now wha this tale o' truth shall read, ilk man and mother's son take heed. Whene'er to drink ye are inclined, or those cutty-sarks in your mind, think ye may buy all the joys are dear. Remember Tam o' Shanter's mare." So again, I'd like to raise a wee glass to the characters of the story, to Robert Burns, and of course all of you, and here's to your health. Have a good Burns night. Slàinte mhath. Cheers from all of us at Lindores Abbey. Cheers.